What's up, everyone? Hey, everyone, if you can hear the sound of my voice, please let me know in the chat. Go ahead and hit that like button. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I see 39 of you are here and watching. Welcome, all of the R Squad. Thank you, Miss Jones. I see that she is in the house helping out with the moderating. Let's see. I see Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, how's it going? I see VG. What's up? Connie Burns. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. We got a couple of things to go over today. So you guys know what to do. If you can hear the sound of my voice, go ahead and let me know where you are coming from, your city and state. I want to give you guys a shout out. Hey, Pamela. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lynn. Let's see, Valerie, DJ MO. All right. I see from Tampa is in the house right now. So let's put Tampa up there. Let's see. Here we go, Tampa. Did I get your name right? I'm doing everybody but Tampa, baby. Think I may have missed. We see Pennsylvania. Hey, Pennsylvania. Delaware. Memphis, Tennessee. I told you guys that my people are from Memphis. Hey, Dallas. Hey, Gainesville, Georgia. San Francisco, Georgia. What's up, everybody? Myrtle Beach. I bet you it is beautiful at Myrtle Beach right now. I cannot wait to get to a beach. Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Welcome, you guys. Thank y'all. Kansas City, New York. We got Florida in the house. Florida, I got a story. We got to catch up with Florida, okay? Let's see. Chattanooga, welcome everybody. New Orleans. If you guys have not heard me say this before, New Orleans is my favorite accent. I love the way, I love a New Orleans accent. It sounds like you guys are singing when you speak. I love it. I have Virginia in the house. What's up, Gloria? Hey. Okay. We got KC in the house. What is up? North Carolina, Los Angeles. Okay, y'all. Thank you, guys. I'm about to get started, okay? I want to make sure that we get through all of our topics. I was on Melody's Live a little earlier, and she said something that I wanted to bring to you guys because I was like, uh-oh, it's on and popping. So we are going to talk about a bunch of things, okay? If you guys, again, let me just make sure I am recognizing my mods. I thought I saw Miss Jones. I see Tanga J as well. So those mods, anybody you see with a blue wrench behind their name, they are here to help make sure that you guys enjoy your time on this chat, on this live, and that you enjoy your time in the chat. So if they see anything that looks like hate speech, name calling, just blatant, gross disrespect, they're going to take you up out of this chat, okay? If there's any spam, they're going to take you out of the chat. If there's any solicitation, they're going to take you out of the chat. They have my permission. And you guys have been super great these last couple of days. But if there's any type of conversations about all the other crazy that's been going on YouTube, they're going to take you out of the chat because I want us to have a good time today, okay? I see someone saying prayers for Richmond. Let me know what's going on in Richmond. Is that the school? Was that the school shooting, the graduation? I did read about that. And I do want to send prayers out to everyone who was affected by that graduation. I believe they said that 4 people were hit and 1 lost their life, which is, oh, child, that's extremely unfortunate. My heart goes out to all of them, okay? I got 280 of you watching right now. We've been on for 4 minutes. 109 of you have hit the like button. If you guys could please hit the like button for me, go on ahead and get me up to let's just say 200. I'll let 80 of you sit in the bushes for now. And then when we start growing, then I'll make sure that you guys can hit the chat too, okay? I know it's real hard, but if you're in the bushes, you're not in the chat, it's okay to hit the like button because no one's going to know, okay? We're just going to talk about some things. Okay? All right. So first up, I want to say this. If you guys missed this interview that I had did yesterday, let me take this off the thing. I did a video, an interview with Ricky and Catherine from Put a Ring on It, and it was really good. Ricky talked a lot, okay, as far as quiet as he was on the show. He said that he is a very laid back person, but he talked a lot. He wanted to get his story out there and share what was actually going on. So I hope you guys got an opportunity to watch it. And if you didn't, please do. It's great. He also talks about what it's like being a man on reality TV, what his experience was with it. And it looks like Kat has some other things coming up. If you guys watch Brat Loves Judy, she's going to be doing something on Thursday with that particular show. So you guys, please check it out. Okay. Let me see what else is going on. I see more things about Richmond. I don't know why I can't see it. I'm kind of upset about it. Let me see if I can look up the news part, because I want to know what's going on in Richmond. Okay. All right, you guys. Make sure, let me go over. I see Cookie from the Shy is also in the house as a mod, and Miss Tina. Thank you to everyone, all of the mods who showed up for me today. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's get into the story. And I'm going to keep looking at the chat just to make sure that it's coming soon. I promise. I promise. Sending prayers to all affected. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to look up Richmond just to make sure that I'm not missing anything else. So yeah, this was yesterday, I believe, right? Or did this just happen? Another graduation shooting, multiple people. Okay, I'm so sorry for anyone who may be affected by this. I saw a few people say that you had family there. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. I can't even imagine. Father and son, it looks like may have lost their lives. 5 injured in and another gun incident, and they're referring to it as a mass shooting. So I'm so sorry that happened, you guys. Okay, so I did that, and I want to just say I'm sorry about that. I do have some news that I want to keep you guys up to date on, because I started this conversation on Monday, and we're going to keep eyes on this particular story. At least my channel is. I know other channels may be as well. But I told you guys on Monday that there was a young woman, 34 years old, by the name of Ajike Owens. And I believe she has 4 children, or had 4 children. And it looks like she had some crazy back and forth with a neighbor. And that neighbor had taken her life on, I believe, Sunday night. I wanted to catch you guys up on that story in particular, because it is absolutely heartbreaking. And I can tell you right now, from everything that I'm reading that's coming out of the sheriff's office, there's a little bit of a spin on it, and I don't like the way it looks personally. So I want to make sure that we all keep eyes on this, because we know that the gun laws just changed in Florida. We also know that Florida is a stand your ground state. We remember Trayvon, right? So we want to make sure that we keep eyes on this, because these 4 babies are now without their mama, and they were all under the age of 12. But from what I read, it looks like these kiddos, that they live in an apartment building, but these kiddos used to play in a field, or were playing in a field. And from what I'm understanding, there was a neighbor who happened to have been white, and she said, listen, we have a kid-friendly neighborhood. It is a family-friendly neighborhood. Those kids always played over there. And this particular woman, whose name I am going to say, because we're not going to take her off the hook, her name is Susan Louise Lorenz, and she is 58 years old. Let me put her picture up too, because we need to expose all things evil, okay? AJ Owens is on the left, and Susan Louise Lorenz is 58 years old. AJ was 34. She lost her life to this woman who shot her through the door in the chest, with her 10-year-old standing beside her. The 10-year-old started screaming, please help, my mom has been shot. and a neighbor from across the street ran over and started giving heart compressions to the chest. And they said that she, they did take her to the hospital, but she ended up passing away at the hospital. The reason why I want to bring this up is because what I've noticed is that the police took 4 days to arrest this woman. Now, I don't know, not familiar with why it takes that long. Usually in a shooting, someone gets picked up, but maybe it is the stand your ground rule or law that allows people to stay put until police finds a reason to bring you in. But 4 days she got to sit at home and create a story, because her news story is that she thought this woman was going to kick her door in, even though everybody who's witnessed it, and there's been several witnesses who've come forward, they've said she knocked on the door. She did not kick it. She was not hostile at all. She knocked on the door because this lady had earlier in the day screamed at her children who were playing in a field, all under the age of 12, screamed at her children, took a skate and threw it, and it hit her 10-year-old in the head. And then she picked up an iPad or whatever type of, device that was, and threw it to the ground. This is all what Susan did. Threw this device on the ground, broke it, hit her child in the head with a skate. She went over, of course, to address it, and Susan's response was to kill her. So I want to make sure that we keep eyes on the story and that we make sure that the right amount of pressure was issued. From what I'm understanding, people were in that community marching for the last 4 days to make sure that Miss Susan got picked up, and it just happened last night. Okay. I'm also reading that it was recorded. So my heart and my prayers go out to this family, because I did cry when I first read about it. I don't want to cry now because it's just sad to think that someone could do that to someone. But anyway, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Now that's the saddest part we're going to do today, because I'm not going to be messing up my makeup. Okay. All right. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to let you know that that is what is going on, and we're going to keep an eye out on the story, because if there is anything that we can do from wherever we are to make sure that lawyers' fees get paid, whatever it is, because I'm going to tell you something. We know that people are quick to put up a GoFundMe, okay, that gets millions of dollars when certain things happen that's out of control, but they're basically saying, we got the money to keep this person out. We're going to get the money to make sure that people go to jail when they need to go to damn jail. Okay, let's do that. So let's get to the next story, shall we? And the next story is the millimeters, you guys. I wanted to let you know that I was on Melody's live a little earlier, and she says something hilarious to me. I was reading between the lines, but it sounds like people may have been asking her to please stop the millimeters from going after her. For going after them. Okay. I don't know who may have asked, but this is what she had to say about it. So I wanted to make sure you guys heard it. Hold on one second. Let me turn up my volume so that you can hear. First, let me see what you guys are saying. She did all that. Danielle said she did all of that and chose unaliving because she couldn't fight the mother after she did what she did to the children. That's what it sounded like. That's what I read too. When I read it, I was like, okay, so she knew that she was going to have to answer to hitting this woman's child with a damn skate, and also, breaking this child's device. So because she didn't want to answer to that, she thought that unaliving her would be the answer. And now she is lying through her teeth, and she needs to spend everything. And we need to change laws. And this is facts. I literally was thinking about this today. We get outraged, but we need to start thinking about what we should be saying to politicians when these type of incidents happen. If this woman has retirement, everything she has should be going to these children. Okay. Put her in jail, make sure that all of her retirement, anything that she has, she can sell, it goes straight to the babies, period. I don't ever, I can't even imagine. My brain was like spinning when I read it. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking about it, because if you have not if you don't know this about me already, I get pretty emotional with stuff, and it just breaks my heart. But I wanted to play this little clip of what Melody had to say about the millimeters. Okay, so check this out, you guys. She's basically saying that when she was on the show, we all know this. I've said this on my channel before too, that literally everybody on the internet, online, social media, they started coming after her and telling her what she should have did, and you knew who this man was and all this other stuff. And when you're in a place when you're trying to save your family, you're going through heartbreak, all of that can just sit on your shoulders and make things worse for you, right? But she said it was happening in social media, and then it started happening with players on the show. And this is what she had to say about it, and I want to make sure you guys heard it.
People used to drag me, man. Oh, I used to have people drag me. Why she stand with him? Why she gave him another chance? Why she had another baby by him? I used to get dragged. And what happened, really how the millimeters came about, was because people started seeing me being attacked by so many people, including people on the show. And they weren't here for it. They was like, you know what, she over here by herself. She going against all these people by herself. No, we finna get behind her. And that's really how millimeters came about. It didn't just out the blue, all of a sudden I had this big fan base. It became like a thing of, we see her fighting solo, and we ain't here for it. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that. And now that it is what it is, that's why I be like, don't be complaining to me about no millimeters, because they can just come from nowhere.
I got a friend that watched the show faithfully, and she was like, you know what? Exactly what you just said. She said the exact same thing. So yeah, she's like, you know what? People just got, they kept coming for her, so people started to love her. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
And now you want me to pull back the love that people have for me? I can't do that. I ain't gonna do it.
I understand. No. Look, that ain't how it works. That ain't how it operates.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you came on. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so she said basically she can't do it. Okay, don't be asking people to pull back. She can't do it. Don't ask. And I wanted to play that. And I'm reading the chat. Someone said that Miss Vanessa is in the chat. So hi, Miss Vanessa. Thank you for joining the chat. Yeah, I wanted to play that because I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, listen to Melody. She literally was like, don't ask. I can't do it. And I wanted to know what you guys had to think. Had to say about it. I'm going to drop the link in a little bit. Let me know what y'all think about that. Melody said, I can't do it. I'm not asking anybody to pull back nothing. Okay. Don't ask me to pull back the love people have for me, because when all of these things were going down, y'all decided to make it a part of this storyline and have people on the cast come for me too. So because of that, I don't care. It is what it is. Y'all didn't care about it when it was going on with me. I'm not going to care about it when it's going on with you. That's how I read it. Okay. But y'all let me know what y'all think. She was a little more polite about it, but that's how I saw it. Okay. So that's number one. What else did I see? Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ratings too. If y'all didn't see the ratings, I dropped it on my private Facebook group, which is DyanaRozay Real Talk. And y'all can see that the numbers went up just a little bit for RHOA season 15. It's not considered a season high, but the weekend of Memorial Day, it was their season low, 657,000, and they were able to recuperate just a little bit with 805,000 with the past episode. And I've been reading a lot that I guess they don't have everybody on the show at one time. Some episodes we get Candy. We may not get another player, and people are trying to figure out why that is, why all the players aren't able to be at the same group function at the same time. But we already know that Candy and Marlo had some fallouts, right? The other thing I wanted to show you is the Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings. So you guys can see that it did elevate almost 51,000, right? And it is considered the season high for season 6. This is episode 9. Saturday we'll get episode 10, and I guess it's 16 episodes for this season. So it did elevate not just a little bit, a lot. I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about that because we all know that a couple of days before this episode, we got the Martell interview. And I really think that those numbers jumped because people who may not watch the show at all, but because this information ended up on a whole lot of platforms, what he did to his ex-wife, what he was threatening to do, I think it made a lot of people curious. It made a lot of people curious. And so they went over like, let me see who this person is or what this show is about. And it basically just brought new eyes to the show. That's my thinking. But you guys can let me know what y'all think too. I'm looking for your opinions about that. But I did feel like, oh, this controversy may have brought more eyes to the show. And I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen this coming Saturday, right? The episode was the episode. They talked a little bit, but once things like that happen, it does bring people, people want to look, like with every train wreck. People want to look at the train wreck, whether we say so or not. But you guys can let me know what y'all think about that when I drop the link in a minute. I also wanted to talk to you about KeKe, you guys. The gloves are off for KeKe. She's telling whatever. She's telling everything. She basically said, y'all already knew Marsau was cheating. And yes, he did cheat. So I don't care what Tisha has to say. He absolutely cheated. I know it. She knows it. The whole entire world knew it. We all said the same thing. It was pretty much said that on the reunion as well. At the end of the day, we don't know what the proof is, but everybody has said this, and it looks like the men are protecting each other. They said exactly that on the show. I am protecting. I will never tell your story. I believe that's what Martell said, right? I told you guys I would never tell, and I won't. After implying to everybody that he knows that Marsau is out there in them streets and that he knows that Maurice is out there in the streets. It was super weird. But I guess he meant he's not going to give names, right? So whatever. But KeKe basically said, yeah, it's true. Also, she said that Marsau plots on people, that he is, anytime something's going on and something goes down, you can guarantee that he's behind it. He plots on people, which, again, we all knew. He plots on people and he plays victim, which makes him what? A classic Karen. He's a Karen. He's in here calling Tiffany a Karen. He's a Karen too. He knows what that looks like. Then you guys, not just to say that, let's see, I'm reading some of the comments here. It seems they are separated and faking for the camera. Too little, too late, KeKe. He definitely implied that there was something to tell. Always do. Always do. He knows how to do that very, very well. You can tell that he comes from a big group of siblings, because siblings, when you have large groups like that, they know how to play mind games with people. They know how to play mind games with each other, and they master it, and they play mind games with others. So yes, Marsau is definitely a Karen. Agreed. Okay. Let me make sure that the chat isn't going too fast, because you guys are moving super fast on my side. So yeah, you are going fast. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can slow it down. I got 707 of you watching, and we only got 359 likes. So if y'all could get me to 600 likes, I'll let 100 of y'all stay in the bushes. That would be great. Go ahead and get me to 600 likes if you could. Okay. Hopefully that helped. Let's see what else. And if my chat is going too fast, I'm going to buy a monitor and mic setup, because I know that my monitors are not what it should be, but I'm going to get one of those this weekend so that this can be better. Our lives can be better. You guys can have I'm not looking down all the time. My sister yelled at me about it. So she was like, go ahead and get that mic and get your monitors together. So I'll get that together. I promise. And then today, y'all know that Tisha and Marsau were offline. They didn't post anything on their IG stories. I think for 2 days, they stayed pretty quiet. But Tisha posted a picture of herself today, posted this picture. Okay. And then she also said, it's the smile for me. Happy Wednesday. So I guess that's her way of saying that she is unbothered by the noise. Whereas Tiffany is being as quiet as a church mouse. She hasn't said anything. Okay. So I wanted to know you guys' thoughts on all of this. Okay. KeKe said this twice before and went mute. Well, we will see. I think that she probably feels really attacked right now. Before it was with her family and maybe, family drama. it's usually a different dynamic. People do certain things, but now that it's gone outside of her family and it's and Tiffany has involved herself, and she's not saying that she didn't, because y'all know when Tiffany was on the recap and she was saying she did make that entire conversation about KeKe. I listened to it. She made the entire conversation about KeKe. KeKe was quiet even then. She didn't say a whole lot, but I guess now that she found out that she's been sending stuff to bloggers, wow. Sending things to bloggers saying, please don't let people know it's me. Girl, if you're going to send something, go on ahead and own it at the end of the day. Or, I mean, why did, child, I don't even know what to say. I'm looking for your opinions on this. My thought is, and I told you guys this the other day, I don't know why Tiffany is that invested in KeKe, especially since we saw with our own eyes, at least I did, Tiffany get banged up when Destiny was on the show. Destiny, the Scotts, who else? And I mean all the Scotts, 1 and 2.0. They went after that girl on a regular basis. And then when Stormy came on, Stormy went after her. She never had like any type of freedom. How is it that KeKe comes on, barely says 2 words to her, and now all of a sudden she got all this smoke and heat for KeKe? It makes no sense. It makes no sense, but you guys can let me know what y'all think, okay? I'm about to drop the link so we can start talking to each other, because these lives are better when we all are up here chit-chatting, okay? Hold on one second. I'm about to replace the other one, and here we go. All right, so hopefully, guys, let's see. Hopefully this pin worked. The first pin is the join pin, and to join the panel, and then the second link is the membership. If you guys want to show your love for DyanaRozay platform, you can hit that link too, okay? Let's see what else. And I am fed up with this computer, I can tell you that. So, okay, anywho, let's see what you guys have to say about the topics that we discussed today. We are talking about AJ Owens. If you guys have anything that you'd like to say about her and this lady, this crazy lady who took this young woman's life, 34 years old, 4 babies. Let's talk about that if you would like. We got to make sure, again, that we as Black women, as all women, as a matter of fact, not just Black women, this is a women's issue. We all need to keep our eyes on this situation and make sure that Florida does what it's supposed to do. Okay? We do not want this woman to be victimized after the loss of her life, because the way I've read some of these articles coming out of the sheriff's department there, they were saying something like neighborhood squabble and a long history of beef and all this other stuff. And I was like, that's not what happened here. What happened here was a woman knocked on the door, not kicked it, not banged on it, knocked on the door and was literally shot through the door. So we don't want for this lady to be given a ready-made alibi by the sheriff's department, okay? Because from the articles that I read today, that's what it looked like. If you guys have a different opinion or if you know something different, I welcome your opinions, okay? So let's do that. I want to know what you feel about Miss Melody saying, listen, when before the millimeters were even created, okay? The millimeters weren't created out of thin air. Things went down, okay? And they saw it and they decided to step up. And right now, I have no desire. I won't even say right now. I have no desire to stop them. Don't even ask me, okay? Those people love me. They're showing their love for me. So I want to know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about the ratings and it going up 51,000 this week. This past weekend with episode 9. Do you think that it may have been a Martell effect? If it was a Martell effect, chances are there could be a huge drop with the next episode, but we'll see. Maybe people wanted to see other things, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think about KeKe saying the gloves are off. I'm calling out Tiffany. I'm letting people know she is a mess, that she literally put all this stuff out about me to the bloggers. That's how this information about the Crime Stopper video, I guess, went out to the bloggers. The first time I saw it, I guess I'm blocked for joining. Uh-oh. Is the link working? If the link isn't working, please let me know. I don't know what that means. Someone said that they were blocked, but no one is blocked. Okay, I'm going to put the link out again just in case. That's what it looks like people are saying. Let me know what y'all think about that. What else went down? Let me know what y'all think about Tisha putting out her little picture, basically saying, I'm totally unbothered by whatever is happening here with KeKe. I could care less. Okay. You're not stopping anything over here. You know, she's heard these rumors about her husband before. In fact, the entire 6 seasons that this show has been on, we've heard about Tisha's divorce, right? Or excuse me, not Tisha's divorce, you guys. My apologies. Tisha's husband being for the streets. That's not the first time she's heard it. It won't be the last time. But Tisha's basically saying, I'm okay. I'm unbothered, even though these rumors are still out here about her and Marsau living apart. All that good stuff. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. And then the last story is, why is Tiffany being so quiet now when literally she went on a whole platform where she said anything and everything? Okay, so I'm pinning a new link, you guys. Sorry about that if you had any difficulty coming up before, but here's the new link and hopefully that one works for you. And the first is the join button to join the panel. The second link is to join the membership for the channel. Okay, join the panel and a membership for the channel. So let me know what y'all think about all of that in the comments. Okay, I see Justice is back here. Okay, I'm back on the camera. Thank you guys. All right, let me see what Justice has to say. Hi, Justice.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am so blessed, thank you. I just wanted to speak on 2 issues. One, the millimeters.
Okay.
I'm not a millimeter per se. You can call me one because I support male, but I'm not walking around with the title, I'm a millimeter. No, I'm a born again Christian.
Okay.
And Melanie Cherie could not stop us from backing her up if she tried. Because we are spiritually, those of us who are Christians, we are spiritually married to her. Spiritually. Because we know how they came against Jesus. And we know that Melanie is a Christian. There's a group of us that the Love and Marriage Huntsville family have not even heard from yet. Because a lot of our warfare is done in our closets. They feel us, but they don't see us. And then there's a second group that comes forth like a wave that they see and they feel. But Melanie, from this day forth, from the day God gave some of us an assignment, she will never, ever be alone. And if for some reason she decided, oh, that's all right. You know how sweet she is. That's all right. Let them be. Nope. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. And it's reaping time in the city. So Melanie can't stop the millimeters. Not at all. As far as Tiffany, she is doing her job. Now she's sitting back quiet for one reason only. And that is to see the fallout and reap the reward for following instructions.
Okay.
See, when you're new on a show or new at a company, you don't take the liberty of doing something without instruction.
Okay.
Think about that. She's new. She's not going to do something that drastic, that bold, that big without somebody saying, hey, you know what? You need to do this. You got to save your position. Do this here. So she's following some instructions, and I rather believe that it's from KeKe more than anyone else. Okay. So I'm going to give her grace because he's trying to save his position. So he's using her to do it.
Okay.
And those are just the 2 subjects I wanted to speak on. But millimeters, he can't stop. If that's what they want to call us, we cannot be stopped. We will not be stopped. Okay. We're going to back her up. She no longer has to fight alone. She no longer has to stand alone. What she can't say, the front line, they can say it. And what we don't say, we in the back, we praying it.
Okay. So I'll say this, Miss Justice. Thank you. Number one, she didn't give a name. I played the video. She didn't give a name. She just said, listen, this is what happened to me. This is how the millimeters came to be. and I'm not stopping them. That's, you know what I'm saying? They love me. I'm not stopping them. So I wanted to know what you guys think. I'm going to have you talk, Miss Lady D's. I had a couple of subjects today. What would you like to say about it?
I think the shooting with AJ is just so sad and ridiculous because she had, you said 4 children, right?
Yes, her name is AJ Owens. 4 children under the age of 12 is what is being reported right now. And one of her children was standing beside her.
Oh my God, that that bullet could have hit that child. I have a I have an 18-year-old. So if Lord forbid if somebody did that to me, oh my God, that girl would be devastated. I'm devastated for her children because they have to grow up without a mother. And I don't know if the father is involved in the children's lives, but he needs to get in there if he
Uh,
isn't.
I know that her mother and father is still here because they were talking about it. So Ben Crump, he is a civil rights attorney. You should follow him on IG if you are not. He's definitely going to be very vocal about what's going on in the case right now. The other thing that I heard the sheriff's office, that I read the sheriff's office say, this was a quote in a news article that I read earlier today, is that they have no reason to believe that this was race related or incited. Whereas a neighbor from across the street, and I forget her name, I'm going to look it up in a minute. She was the one who went over and did the chest compressions. She is white. And this woman said she heard her call the children racial slurs and throw the skate prior to the mom coming, getting her children, trying to protect them, and then going back to this woman's house with one of her children, a 10-year-old. So that is what I have read so far, but this is what is coming out of the sheriff's office. And that is why I'm saying we have to make sure that everybody is paying attention, applying the proper pressure. And you guys, if necessary, make sure that them legal fees get paid for this woman and her family. Everybody can donate. You'd be amazed. What's the Marine who took a person's life on the subway in New York? He had a $1 million bank on the GoFundMe. I think within 2 days, it was well over $1 million. We need to work like that. We need to operate like that. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So I'm sorry about that. Did I cut you off? If you had anything more you'd like to add?
No. It's just really sad that that happened to this young lady
Yeah, it
with
is.
children.
It
So
is
sad.
very sad. How about the other subjects? What about Melody's comments about the millimeters were, they literally came about because of the abuse and things that was happening to me, and I'm not going to stop them. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you have any comments? How about the
Oh,
ratings?
yes.
What about KeKe?
Okay. This is the thing. I am a millimeter. I love Melody. She's cool. I think she's a great person. I am not a fan of Letitia. She needs to go. Because I remember when Queen Sheba did a interview with Melody, and she was like, who would you like to stay and who would you like to go? And she said Letitia and Marsau, of course, to go, and Kimmy and Maurice to stay. Because she don't roll with Tisha like that or Marsau like that. And I understand why. Because they did pick on her. They did disrespect her. They did do stuff to irritate her. So yeah, they can go. I'm not a fan. I like KeKe. KeKe, she can stay. I like her. She gon' put her cousin out there. She gon' I hope she gets to do it. I hope she gets to do it and put their business out there because they want to put everybody else's business on display, but their own. It's like, no, you're on the show for a reason. Put your business out there. Let people see the flaws in y'all marriage that y'all do have, allegedly. So I'm good.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Layla, for blessing the channel. She said she is Muslim and a proud millimeter. So I want to make sure I read her comment. Thank you so much. She is so sweet. I love Layla. Okay. Valerie Ragg said, I think the ratings went up because of the change with the network. Didn't Max purchase them or something? So what I'm understanding is Discovery actually partnered with Max or purchased Max as a streaming service, because it used to be called HBO Max, and we know that that it definitely went away as a cable channel. It's now considered a streaming service only, and so these two have partnered. So you could be right. That could be a reason as well. Thank you for giving a different perspective. Okay. Let's see. LaDawn, what's your thoughts on all of this?
Hey guys. Hey Dana.
Hey.
So first I'm gonna say about Mel. They just mad because her mellometers are deep and they mean business and they get business done. So of course they want us to back down. But it ain't gonna happen. Melody can't control, obviously every single person, just like Beyonce can't control the Beehive.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, as far as the sometimes I feel that the mellometers, and you don't see Beyonce coming out every time a Beehive come out of line with somebody for protecting her. You don't see her coming out trying to debunk anything.
And you're exactly right. That's not what you're gonna do about it.
Right. That's just what's out there.
That's right. That's right, LaDawn.
So, I think that also the mellometers got a bad rap. Now, I'm going to say that to say, yes, there's some loose cannons. There's some fan fanatics. That's just what goes along with life, with everything, right?
Yes.
But I think when things happen, sometimes it's not necessarily always the mellometers doing. I think it is the other people's doing, and they put it out there as the mellometers did it, so it can make us look bad. Okay. I think some of the haters are sneaky and they plant seeds, and then the mellometers did that. The mellometer said that. How do you know it was a real mellometer that said or did that? Stop it. You're right. Because to me, most of the mellometers are critical thinkers, are educated women, are strong women, are smart people, so we ain't gonna really partake in some of them shenanigans.
LaDawn, let me say this before you go further. I will say that to be true 100%. We get the demographics and the analysis for who follow us. And I know my age group. I know the majority of what the ages are for my group. You're college educated. I know what other channels you watch. And I know I have a good group.
That's right.
Right. You're 100% right. And when I get negative comments or some BS on my channel, when I go and look at it, it's a one-time comment, which means they've never followed me before. All of those things. So I always just be like, go ahead and block and delete, because you're not.
That's right.
You're not really a true fan of mine anyway.
That's right. That's right, girl. Yeah. So I say that to say that. So they need to just stop and know that we are here and we ain't going nowhere. Okay? So that's one thing. Tiffany, I'm a strong woman, so I have zero tolerance for weak-minded women. And I'm working on that, because I have to understand everybody wasn't raised the way I was raised. So I had to go through the things I had to go through to become strong. So I have to.
Everybody has a journey.
I have to give them grace and let them learn and grow like I had to do, right? I say that to say, but when I stop giving those kind of graces is when women start pushing out babies. Because you now become in a different bracket to where you are responsible for another life. So you got to grow up, make better choices. You got to da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying, right? So I say that to say, Tiffany, yes, you have a job to do. But if you know that job is leading you, don't let them lead you blindly. Meaning, if you know that job is going to lead you into something that you're going to have to handle on your own, and it's going to be so great that it disturbs your peace, your household, or your family, like Mel, you should not do it. or you do it a certain way. So I can't really blame Carlos King for putting it out there. This is what you need to do, because she chose to do it the way she wanted to do it. So she's willing to deal with that. I'm all for it, Tiffany. If you got the battery in your pack and you got the strength to be able to deal what comes along with the backlash, then go for it. Hold your own. Nene Leakes held her own, so if she got it in her to hold her own when she's saying stupid stuff or stuff that we wouldn't say it the way she would say it, but still wanted to know, because I don't personally have a problem with what she asked Sheree, because I'm looking at the woman she was talking to. She's talking to a woman that don't have class, that acts a fool any other place, or come out her mouth in the gutter on other shows. So when I look at who she was asking that question to, I'm not offended. I'm not shocked. I'm not like, oh my God, it's somebody she just met, but she know of Sheree, and that's good enough.
LaDawn, at the end of the day, she asked the right question. She asked the right question.
That's right.
He proved exactly what she said.
That's right. So I don't have a problem with that.
That's another bed buddy, a bed bug, then what's the point?
That's right. So all the people that want to come after Tiff, just put your just put your big girl pants on, take it, and move on. KeKe, I like KeKe, but wait. What I'm gonna say about the KeKe and her thing, I do think that Tisha played a part in her putting that video out. I do believe that, like they plotted or tried to plot against Mel the same way with fake tapes, talk about Miss Van with a fake tape with the brother. They tried plots on Mel and them back then the same way they're kind of doing with KeKe to throw some stuff off. You know what I mean? I think the problem is everybody's too busy gossiping on other people's stuff instead of taking the opportunity to talk about their stuff. When Marsau walked in that house to talk to Tisha, he shouldn't have been talking about somebody else's business. He should have said, we got a court date this week. What's going on with this? Tell your business. Let us get into your life and know who you are, your reality.
Hey, that should have been a secondary conversation, right? He should have come in the house and said, child, this court stuff is whooping my butt.
Yes.
Talk about some gossip. Like, at least give us something, right?
We want to get, first of all, we said we want to be in their lives, right? We want to know their businesses. We want to follow their life. We don't want to follow you gossiping about somebody else.
Come in and say, you got to make sure all the kids get a scholarship, because I don't know.
Okay.
This is what we want to know. And then you can go into something else.
Yeah.
Don't just come in the house like, babe, you ain't gonna believe. No, I ain't, and I don't care.
Yeah, man. So I'm sick of them using other people's bull crapola as a scapegoat, not to keep the focus on their individual storylines. Yeah. Stormy is just a plain out hater. I can't take Stormy. I can't take the rest in B face. I can't take it. She's so, every vision you capture of her is stank face. It's like, get out of here. First of all, I can't stand Stormy. She just gotta go. She's just no need for her. She just don't fit in. She is a love and hip hop type of chick, and nothing against that. Nothing against that. I just feel like you find your tribe, right?
Love and hip hop when it comes on. They got a new season.
Oh yeah, I watch it. That's why I said ain't nothing wrong with it. I watch it. I'm saying though, it's your tribe, right? Go with your tribe, right? So therefore, go where you fit more in, where you don't want to talk nice to people when you have a problem, where y'all fight, pull each other's weave out, scratch each other's face up, talk about each other's kids. If that's all fair game for you, Stormy, and you said that's how you're supposed to get things out and settle problems, then you need to go over there with the people that do that. But as Black women, just women, period, grown-ups, we are trying to teach our kids not to deal with every situation with violence. And here you sitting up here saying we got to scream, belittle, yell at each other, curse each other out just to handle a situation.
But LaDawn, You know she doesn't do that, right? Because if she did, she'd be sued left and right. She is a woman with a certain amount of wealth, and that's not how she handles herself. That's how she may be handling herself on the show, but not in real life.
Well, it's still making her. It's making her look really stupid.
I want to say thank you to Lisa Love for blessing the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry about that, LaDon.
That's all right.
If I go to Hershey right now.
No, go on, Hershey.
Okay. Hey, Hershey 85.
Hi. Just once. This is my first time on your channel, and I
your first time.
Yes, and I really just want to let you know I really love your style. It's really had me to. I listen to a few content creators, and one thing I could say about you and even Queen Sheba is the femininity that y'all don't mind displaying, and it's strong, but it's still feminine. And it taught me that I could be strong in my femininity. I don't have to be so hard, and I don't have to be so confrontational, and I could just be quiet. And I learned that from Mel as well. And I think that's why a lot of people, a few people that don't understand that, because I was one of those people that if I got something to say, I'm going to say it to you. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm just keeping it real. And sometimes keeping it real means keeping it mute. Quiet. Because I'm going to let you hang yourself.
That is something you learn.
I mean,
it's not something that everybody knows how to do. I watched a lot of people growing up be loud and say what they want to say and suffer the consequences. And sometimes it's still inside of you. But
yes, it is. And it's like you learn how to let people hang themselves. And it's like my mom used to always say it, but I never got it until I got older. That she used to tell me all the time, and I teach it to my daughter now, that as long as you get older, you're going to become a woman, but are you going to be a lady? It's a difference. I had a Aunt Julia that I described as a lady. I mean, she will put you in your place. She never raised her voice. She never got vulgar or nasty. She always wore her pearls around her neck, and she would tell you, yes, but this is what we're gonna do, okay? And it's gonna be all right, sugar. All right, baby. And she read you, and it's like you can't even get upset. Like, did she just read me? Like, yes, she did. She absolutely did. And I love to, and when I see women in my age bracket be that way, because I'm thinking I have to wait till I get in my 50s or 60s to do it. And it's like, no, it's not you being fake. It's just that I don't have to be confrontational. You're not going to run up my blood pressure. You're not going to make me, I don't spend time on my makeup and different things like that. You're not going to make me mess up any of those things because you want to be ignorant right now. I'm going to let you be ignorant by yourself. So I just want to let you know that I really admire you about that. Now,
I appreciate you.
When it comes to well, first of all, I want to talk about this shooting here in Florida because I am here in Florida.
Okay, thank you.
From you. Because of these G laws, I don't know if we could say that word. I don't want to get your channel messed up. But because of these laws, it's definitely becoming the wild, wild west out here. Sure. And it really is.
How do you feel about the governor signing that law behind closed doors the other day, saying that anybody can carry without a background check or anything?
It's scary. It's scary. It's scary to the point that I have even thought about doing that, retrieving one, because someone showed up at my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who he was or whatever, and knocked on my door. I'm thinking it's one of my neighbors because anything could happen and somebody's knocking on your door, and I'm like, oh, something must be happening with one of my neighbors. I hurry up and open the door, and it was a total stranger that I did not know. I hurried up and closed my door, and I'm looking out the window like, what are you here for? Things like that are scary. And I don't know if he had a gun. I don't know what could be, And I have a little girl, and it's just me and my daughter. You know, I'm not with her father at this point in my life. You know, me and him separated. So it's just like I don't have any protection like that. So I have to be the protection for me and my baby. And it's very, very scary that this is just reckless. It's reckless as far as I can say. And my heart just really, really goes out. I don't want to shed tears because it's making me a little emotional. But my heart really goes out to that mother. It's like you can't even protect your children. You can't even go to a person and say, look, you don't have to do my child like this. It's like without worrying if you're gonna get hurt yourself. We can't even have conversations with grown-ups anymore. Like, look, you didn't have to do that to my child
Let me tell you.
without worrying that our life is gonna get taken.
Yep, Hershey, let me tell you something. The reason why I tear up is because I know what type of mama I had. Okay. She was really protective over me and my sister. And if something like that would have happened to us, she would have marched right over to that woman's house.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I see it in my head, like, oh my God, like I can't imagine. I can't. And I used to be afraid as a child, thinking, oh, I don't want anything to happen to her. Like you would almost be afraid to tell your mother stuff because she was that protective over me and my sister. So I am going to keep an eye on this case. I am going to keep an eye on this case. Whatever I can do to help, I'm going to help. And that is making sure that I share with you guys what's going on every step of the way. We're taking it all
If
the way.
you share, when you share, I definitely would try to do. I don't have much because I'm a single mom. You know, I'm working on my nursing degree. You know, I have, but I'm not the richest person in the world. But I would definitely
Make sure you talk about it.
contribute to that because I'm a mama bear when it comes to my child. You hit my child on the head with a skate, I'm just gonna have to risk it all
Me too.
because
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
let you know you don't do that to mine, you know. And
Right.
but it's scary that you know this can go a whole nother direction just because I'm going to confront someone about my child. So
Their
prayers
bad behavior, about their bad behavior.
behind their bad behavior. Exactly. So my heart and prayers are out to them. I mean, to the family, to her children. I'm praying for justice and that things will get a little better, but I don't see it getting any better with the gun laws that are going on now. So when it comes to this millimeter situation,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just gonna say it like this. People will hate the way other people love you.
Yeah.
And that's just that on that. You tormented this woman, you went after this woman, and I will say it over and over again. This all stems from Martell. Martell recruited everybody to go against Mel. And I think I'm in one of your chat rooms and I posted this is the reality of the whole situation. None of these were her friends. They used her to get on the show, but they were always Martell or Coleslaw friends. If you would think about it, they were always friends of Martell or his mistress. That's what it was. When Stormy was telling, and a lot of the things is they forget the lies they tell. And that's another thing, I will always go back to what my mom says. When you lie, you need to remember the lies you tell because you got to tell another one and another one and another one and another one to cover up the first lie that you just told. And that's too much to remember. And I'm the type of person that can ask you 131 questions, jump back to question 82 to see if I get the same question answer that I got the first time. So I would catch you in a lie real quick. So when Stormy was like, "Oh, well, Courtney and Martell are real good friends anyway," blah, blah. Hold on, wait a minute. When did they become good friends?
Mm-hmm.
And it made you like, oh. So you talking about you didn't really know Ariane like that was a lie. Because if Courtney and Martell are friends, I know you and Ariane have spent time and space together.
Hershey, the thing is, she already had a ready-made excuse when people were asking. It was like so easy for her to pour out of her mouth instead of saying, "I don't even know what the hell y'all talking about." Like It was crazy
It's
that she was like, this girl came to my, I'm not gonna lie, she was over here. How do you even know that? How do you know that?
exactly. If she was just out in the parking lot, I mean, I wouldn't know if I'm in my business doing my thing. I'm not gonna know you in my parking lot unless you come into my store. That don't make any sense. So I already knew. And then the way her mom go at this is y'all friends with the it would make more sense the way y'all feel about Mel if y'all would just come out. You all have had conversations about this woman. She has Ariana has ranted to you about her and have said, oh, she's this and she's just that and he only staying for the kids and blah blah blah, and y'all co-signed that, which is crazy to me because Stormy, you're married. I never understand a married woman that will co-sign any type of extramarital behavior. But you know, that's what's going on. They tried to break her. He brought all his, you know, people on to railroad her, and that's how the millimeters came about. Like, hold on, wait a minute. We see what's going on, and this is just not right. Whether you like her or not, something ain't right. How do all y'all have a problem with her not calling you? If this is somebody that you don't really care about, why do you care about her calling?
Ridiculous.
It
I,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
So so yeah, that's how they came about. KeKe, and I mean, they came about that way and they're not going nowhere. So they just need to stop that. The millimeter's not going nowhere. Mel do not have to come in and address anything. Like you said, Beyonce don't have to address all her, you know, when people defend her. It's not going to happen. Get the T Squad and the raindrops or something up. Get y'all quality up and go back and forth. But until then, you know, it's just not going to happen. The last thing, KeKe.
Mm-hmm.
KeKe, we knew that Marsau was cheating, baby. We
Baby.
knew. We knew. Like, that's not news, baby. We knew when he said he went to the last trip and you know, the last minute trip in Africa without his family. Let me tell you something. If Tisha like it, I love it. And that's all I can say about that. Because no way you gonna tell me you made first of all, to go to Africa, you have to get shots. That's not a last minute trip. It's not like you going to Oakland or Miami or down the street to Chicago, okay? You're going all the way across the country to another continent. What are you talking about?
As Dr. Francis said, what did he say? Tisha, you don't just last minute to go to, where did he go to? Tanzania.
Yes.
Last minute trip to Tanzania. That takes planning.
That takes planning.
Exactly.
You have to get shots. You have to get, you know, passports. You have to get all types of documents and make sure that you know what type of bugs and all that. You know, you got to get educated to even go over there, what water to drink, all that kind of stuff. So he had planned this. He just didn't plan it with you. So that lets me know that he was doing whatever. And then he said there's no Wi-Fi in Africa when Africa is electronically above America at this point. Really? Like, Africa is the place to be when it comes to, you know, the world web. So it's like, Tisha, if you want to believe, if you want to just let your man cheat in peace, okay, that's fine. I'm not waking up next to him. I'm not worried about him. So, you know, bless your heart. And if you like it, I love it. But that's it with that. So KeKe, we already knew. And Tiffany is doing her job. That's like, Tiffany is doing her job. So when it came to men sitting up there confronting her about a fake relationship, that he didn't even, if you really think about it, he didn't care about the questions she was asking Sheree when it came to how it made her feel. He cared about how it made him look. When she said, oh, how do you feel about dating a cheater and stuff like that? That's what he was really upset about. He was worried about his image. He wasn't worried about no Sheree. Like, come on, Sheree is the bone carrier at her own TV show. So at the end of the day, Martell wasn't thinking about that. Marsau should have never been in the situation. He should have never been in that conversation, being in the Amen corner in the peanut gallery. And I agree with Lou. Looky here. The next time I have an issue, I just go to Tisha. Now I wish he would have pushed back a little bit when Marsau was like, no, you won't go to my wife. I wish Lou would have said, who gonna stop me?
You know what else, Hershey? Lewis already said that they knew other things because remember, Tiffany and Marsau supposedly worked together. She was like, we do know him. And the one thing that Marsau tried to do to Lewis, I believe in third season, third season, when they all went to Vegas, is he told him, don't ever pillow talk my business to your wife, right? Trying to shut him
yep.
down before he started, right?
He sure did. That's how it started.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Hershey. I got a
Thank
couple of
you.
people back here. I really appreciate. Are you from New Orleans? Do you live there still?
No, I'm from Florida, but
You're
I
from
know
Florida? Okay. Right. You told me that.
we have a we kind of really we talk a certain type of slang. We have it, especially where I'm from, because I'm from like the Gainesville area in Florida, so it's very country, and so we have the same babies and stuff like that. It is what it is. But I appreciate you letting me come up, and I'm gonna drop back down and let these lovely ladies talk. But I do appreciate you letting me up.
I appreciate you coming up. Come back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Maritha. Hey, Maritha. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here you go.
Wait a minute. I had myself on mute. I'm sorry. Hi. Good afternoon. You know,
You all formal.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're so formal. You're like, hi, good afternoon.
Oh, well, you know, I'm just a little low in spirit a little bit because I was listening about the lady that went to confront. I don't even want to say confront because, you know, she just went there to talk to the lady about, you know, her kids. And I saw myself so much.
Maritha, she showed up more peaceful than what.
That's what, yes, exactly.
That's the
and, you know,
I want to make sure we keep out there. We need to say it on every platform. That woman showed up peaceful.
Yes, yes.
Child.
And you know, when I heard it yesterday, and it took me back to a place with my son, my youngest son, and one of our neighbors called him the N word when he was small. Her child and my other neighbor child, they were best friends. He would be a clear little boy. And, you know, this little girl come to play with them. And he told her that, you know, I don't want you playing with the N word. So when my little boy came across the street crying, I just took off across the field. I went to confront. I didn't go peacefully. I went to confront. And my dad ran behind me and he said, stop, because you don't know what that person might have. So, you know, at that point, I wasn't thinking about that because as a parent, when your child hurt, it hurts you more. And when your child is being mistreated unfairly, that's a deep, deep cut that, you know, only a mother can understand. So, you know, and I understood that, but yesterday that did something to me because everybody in the neighborhood know what type of person that this woman. I too live in Florida. And you have to be mindful. You know, my pastor tell us all the time, you know, it was a time when you could get angry and, you know, stuff like that. But now you have to kind of temper your anger because you don't know what the type of people that we're dealing with now. But when it comes to my children and my grandchildren, I let the world know. My understanding is from 0 to none. If it's my time to go, then it's my time to go. That's the way God chose for me to go. But you know, and that really bothered me. And I'm watching that as well to see what truly is going to happen with this person. So, and I'm praying on that, and I'm praying about that. Right. And you know, that's all I'm gonna say about that because, you know, it's upsetting to me, and I know it's upsetting to a lot of people when we as a people are being treated so unfairly, so unnecessarily being treated unfairly, simply because we are who we are and because of the color of our skin. You know, I just can't wrap my head around that. I just can't. So to keep myself from being in a place that I don't want to go, I pray continually. I pray continually without ceasing. you know. And as far as this show goes, I have learned about, you know, I could be upset with those people for their actions, but I will not allow them to control how I feel, you know, about anything, because I did that at once and it took me down a dark rabbit hole to know that people could be so conniving and mean and vindictive and spiteful and just nasty and unruly and all the names anybody could say, that these people could be that. And so, you know, with Martell, I was reading a strip. I was listening to the Bible this morning, and it came across something. You know, when people are who they are and they're going to be who they are, and you have told them. And I remember, I think it was on your channel. I was watching Miss Van, and this guy was doing an interview. This guy was interviewing Miss Van, and Miss Van said that she went to Martell several times to talk to Martell, to tell Martell the errors of his way, that he needs to stop. And she continued to go to him. Then all of a sudden, God told her to just stop. Because when God told her to stop, that meant he was getting ready to take over, because he saw that whatever she was saying to him was not penetrating him. It was not getting to him. So God decided, okay, now Van, it's time for you to stop. You did what I asked you to do. So now I got this. I got this. And I was, when the Bible has said that, you know, when you have out with a person, you go to that person, and you can't get it right, then you take it to the church. And if you can't get it right, then you leave it alone and let God do what God gonna do. So God is getting ready to do something in Martell's life, whatever it is, that's God's business, you know, and we shall see by and by, we shall see. And as far as the people on that show, you know, I truly don't understand. As a business person, as a businesswoman, this should be the last thing that Stormy would want to project as being a businesswoman. You know, not only do you have to deal with the public, you know, in business, there's companies. You know, there's Walmart, there's Target, there's, you know, the stores that she has her product in. And she don't understand that, you know, I have learned, learned that a lady that I know that lives in Tampa, she works for Facebook. And she said, all I do all day is just monitor pages, different people pages. And I'm asking her what kind. She said, well, I monitor for different companies, you know, to see who's what and what's being said out there. So people need to be mindful when you're in the business world, you know, and that you're being watched. You're being watched 24/7. What you say matters. And I had said this a long time ago when Destiny was on the show, that I saw it, that Stormy was befriending Destiny to take Destiny's place. And that's what she did. Wanda befriended Betty, befriended Wanda. They just put Wanda out and put Stormy mothers in the place of Wanda. So, you know, the way this show is going the way that, you know, we get upset about it. And I've learned not to get upset, because, you know, these are people doing what people do. Human nature, human reactions, and, you know, human emotions. And just like the caller said, KeKe ain't telling us nothing new about Marsau cheating.
She confirmed it exactly, but
That's it. You know, we don't even know the people, but we can tell with the tendencies that they're showing. That this man, it ain't the first time he's done it, and it ain't gonna be the last time that he has cheated on Tisha. And like she said, if she like it, I absolutely love it. And it don't keep me up at night. It don't give me no stress, and it don't give me no headaches, and it don't worry me at all, because this woman knows what her husband has been doing. She know what her husband is doing. And sometimes people stay in a situation just to prove somebody else wrong. And if that's what she want to do, hey baby, more power to you. I don't give a flying fig about that. And as far as male goes, You know, we all have learned something from Mel, and I don't know if anybody is familiar with the story of Queen Esther. For such a time as this, she didn't understand why her uncle would tell her to go to the king and be one of his many wives and stuff like that, for such a time that it was to save her people. She didn't understand it then. And Mel probably didn't understand all the things that she has been going through and the things that she's going through now. It's not for her benefit. It's for the people. It's for the women out there, and maybe some men too, that are going through the same thing and don't know how to handle it. But how we have seen her, of course, she's had her moments. She done had her moments of anger. She done had her moments of just want to throw in the towel and give up. But however, but God, that's what I say, but God in everything, but God, because it wasn't for the grace of God and the mercy of God, where would any of us be? So, you know, I applaud Mel. I congratulate Mel. You know, I don't say if she could go through it, I could go through it, because I don't know. God have not put that on me, so I don't know. You know, but life is just lifing with all of us, really. And we see these people, what these people are showing us is what not to do and not how to be.
There you have it, Maritha. Thank you very much. Sometimes you have to watch. Sometimes the purpose of things is to know what to do and what not to do. Sometimes that's all it is. You don't have to experience everything yourself. Sometimes you can watch some stuff go down and know
Yeah,
what to do next, and it can be a lesson that you pass on to others. That's it.
yeah, that's it.
Was a
Point blank period. Yep, that's it.
yes. I
That's it.
appreciate you, Miss Maritha. Thank you. Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna bring up Ruth Mules. If I'm saying your name right, I think this is your first time on the panel. Ruth. Give you guys a second.
Hello.
Ruth.
How are you? I sometimes do come up, but I drop off after some time. I'm in the middle of things.
One second. Hold on one second, Ruth. I'm getting a little bit of feedback on your end.
On my end.
Yes, it sounds like you're moving around and your microphone doesn't sound like it's near your mouth.
I think so. Yeah. So let me just sit my butt down for a minute. Yeah, but I usually come up and I drop down and I listen to all your conversations, and very interesting. I must say that you are such a good advocate to women who are going through a difficult time, such as Mel's situation, and I could appreciate it because I've been through it, you know. And one thing I wanted to say is that some bloggers did not give Mel empathy in the beginning, but only after Queen Sheba's interview, then they started believing Melody, what she has been through. But even though you haven't been through a bad situation, as a woman, you have to have empathy for another woman who's going through a male situation, especially when there are kids involved. I have been a male supporter from the first season, and I went through a lot myself. And everything I see Mel going through is what I have gone through. And sometimes I avoid conversations on YouTubers because it hits the core, you know.
Yes.
It hits where it really hurts. It cuts into the meat. But to be honest with you, I think this girl has been treated poorly by the network. Not only by the network, because they are seeing what's happening. They can't play a deaf ear to it. I don't expect this guy, Carlos, to have any empathy for Melody, because he doesn't love the opposite sex. I think you know what I mean.
I won't say that to be true for all men.
Not all men. I have gay friends too, but But I will never stand with a woman who is abusive towards their husband just because they're a woman. I'm a woman. I have a friend who is very disrespectful and abusive to the husband, and I have cut her off. I told her, you can no longer be my friend because I feel like we were not cut from the same cloth. You are so disrespectful to this man. You have 3 children with him, and it is the amount of abuse you put him through in front of people. It is just too much for me. I can't. So that is why, that's the reason why I say that with Carlos. He's equally abusive to stand with a person who's abusive. I'm going to leave it right there.
Okay.
But
and I want to say this to you. I want to say this just so that everybody has some balance and understanding. Carlos King did a recap with Dustin. I don't know what Dustin Ross is his name. I was going to say, I don't know why I forgot his last name. Dustin Ross, who is a gay man and who is very much a fan of Melody's. And the first time I did
I've listened to him.
Okay. He literally
I've listened to him
all day. Okay. Yes.
You know the difference between Carlos and Dustin? Carlos is very intelligent and he's level-headed. He's very level-headed. He's very smart guy. He calls it out as it is. He does. You know, he enjoys a little bit of drama, but don't take it up like, you know, the way Mattel comes out. But you know, one thing I love, Maritha. Maritha, thank you so much for being on this platform because I follow you, Donna. I follow you every day. I like your messages every single day. But I love Maritha because she comes with a recap of, you know, putting in the word of God at the end of it all. And I love that. Melody is going through a storm right now. But when God is about to promote you, to lift you to a different level, he puts you through the fire. When Melody is done with these people, trust me, they will be asking for a job from Melody. The fact that they cannot even pass the builder's license, trust and believe they'll be working for that girl.
I mean, you know, probably asking for stuff right now.
You know, you can't treat somebody's child like that. You cannot do that. Even, you know, I don't talk about side chicks because I've never been a side chick and I don't know how it feels and what type of gain you get from being a side chick. But I'll leave that at that. I will never stand here and side with a side chick or speak for them, you know. But for a man who was married to someone for 14 years to side with a side chick, that's the lowest you can ever go. You lost everything because of this 2 minutes of, you know, I don't understand that guy. He is very cruel. He is so misguided. His moral compass is off, and he's not a smart man to live his life to his full potential. He depends on women, and he will not go very far. That is the reason the anger is coming out so much on Melody. I have my own 2 children who have turned against me because of what Melody, girl, I'm telling you, people who come on this platform to support Melody have been through it. To stand with this woman, we have been through hell and back. And the sad part is that our Black men are the ones who put us through, you know, hell. It is sad.
I used to say that until Martell does right by Melody and apologizes in a way that the world could see, that he was going to lose, he would never get his favor. But the truth of the matter is, at this point, and from the words that came out of his own mouth, if Melody doesn't say things have changed between her and Martell will never get any favor. Martell's going to have to work on changing his entire everything. Some of the things that he has done, and I shouldn't even say some, it's been so repulsive and unforgivable that I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Unforgivable. And then you make everybody turn against your ex-wife. There's divorce in life. You can't get along. You know, go your separate ways, but you have respect for each other, especially the fact that they are children. But trust me, small-minded men like the one I had, oh my God, they are the most trifling human beings on this earth. They will turn your own children. I'm telling you.
Yep, I
They
know.
will turn your own blood against you. Turning my,
I've seen it.
I
I've
had
witnessed
child
that type of
custody.
narcissism with my own eyes. I've witnessed it.
Yes,
I would
child.
watch this guy
Ugh.
gut his ex-wife, the things he would say about her as a mother, who she was as a wife, and he would do it in circles where she would walk into rooms and didn't even know, like she could just feel the energy because he would just disintegrate her and
Oh my
place he
God.
went. And that is what it looks like and feels like. And that's what Melody has kind of said would happen. Like, I can go into places and these people I don't even know, who don't know what our history or relationship was, would just have a, I mean, we saw it. If they can go on radio stations and make these comments, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
And one thing I can say, the lady who's from Florida, I'm from Africa myself. You don't need shots to go to Africa. All you need is 2 weeks to take malaria tablets for 2 weeks. Then you're okay. But Africa is a very nice place. I mean, if you go to countries which don't have war, like where I come from Zambia.
Where are you from? Zambia? Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Go to South Africa. South Africa has Neiman Marcus. Everybody, every designer is there. So
Ruth, do you follow me on IG or on Facebook?
I just follow you on YouTube.
Okay. I actually have some questions because I wanted to visit.
Yeah.
And I would love to ask you some questions.
Beautiful. I'll follow you on IG.
On IG.
Beautiful place. And I'm well traveled myself. I've been to so many countries. I lived in India as a child. I lived in Kenya. I lived in Uganda. I mean, I've been all over, but you know, I have had that privilege, and then I've lived here and I've continued to travel. But you know, when you travel, you get to know things about places. Africa is not a bad place, like, you know, they say it on TV. You know, we know America as, you know, there are lights everywhere, but when I landed, I didn't see any lights. I just, you know, like, where is it happening? Like, it wasn't what they portray in Africa. You know, it's the same as here. So get to travel, get your passport and go to Africa. Africans are very warm people, especially if you're Black. They will embrace you. You tell them you're African American, they will love you. They will embrace you. Please go. Yes.
I plan on going. Literally, if anybody follows my IG, I have literally been doing a Black girl travel bucket list.
Yeah.
I've been doing that hashtag, and the majority of it is with Africa, just like trying to figure out which area I want to go and travel. But
yeah, it's beautiful. I can tell you, just be careful where you go. Not war-torn countries, but you know, just make sure you have your malaria tablets taken 2 weeks before. Like, I'm trying to go next year. I'll do that. I also do, because I live in the US and I've adjusted, my system is adapted to I've been here over 20 years. So, you know, but I still take my malaria tablets and I just enjoy myself. The food is all organic. You know, the people are warm and wonderful, and just go and just get the feel of Africa. We are Black people. We should love each other. You know, I feel sorry for the lady in Florida who was shot, but this is the thing with me. In America, Black people hate each other. Black people, we hate each other so much. Like, if you see what's happening with Melody, the hate between Tisha and all these people, I don't understand that. I don't, and we're supposed to support each other and love each other and build each other, but we don't. Look at how Nigerians live.
Well,
Nigerians build each other. Nigerians.
Oops. I don't know what happened.
But
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you went out. Yeah. You're in and out.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. I really appreciate your channel, and thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming up, and come back again. And don't forget to follow me.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I go by DyanaRozay on that channel. Okay. And you guys, for those of you who follow me, you know that I do, in my IG stories, I do bucket list adventures. I also do Black Girl Travel the World. Okay, so Bucket List Adventures and Black Girl Travel the World. And that is because we need to get out and see some things. Okay, so hopefully it inspires you to travel more. Life is short. We need to be out there living it up and seeing God's beauty everywhere. Okay, and then it looks like I have Aaliyah. Hey, Miss Aaliyah. Aaliyah. Okay, I don't know what happened. She doesn't want to talk, but you guys, I appreciate you for coming up today and sharing everything that you shared, all the topics that we discussed. It was a really great discussion. And like I said, we're going to keep the conversation going about AJ Owens, the young mom who lost her life. And I'm not sure what's going on with Miss Aaliyah, but I'm going to drop you down to Miss Aaliyah. I'm sorry. Maybe next time you can come back up. We're going to keep this conversation going. We're going to keep it going all the way until we get to the end of this trial. We have been very vocal in our activism online with other things, and this is something that we also need to keep focus on. So hopefully my channel, along with I'm sure many others, will be keeping eyes on this, and we can talk about it wherever, at work, at church, at the grocery store, you name it. You make sure you tell this story so that people can do what is right. Okay. And then of course, we're going to keep talking about everything else we've been talking about. Okay. You guys already know I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. Thank you to everyone who blessed the channel. Let me get your names out there. Miss Layla, Lisa Love, Willette Smith, and Minerva. Thank you guys so much for blessing the channel. Thank you to all of my super chats. KeKe from the Shy, I believe Tanga J was here. Miss Jones was here. Let me see who else. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I think Tina was also here. Thank you guys. I could not have done this without you, so I appreciate you guys as well. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I will see you on the next one. So we'll do it again. Bye-bye.